Hey, Wolfpack members. So today we're going to be talking about how to start your own banking system. Now, we understand that the bank prints money, the government prints money, and it inflates everything. So how do we go away from that? So the way is I kind of thought about like, so if the bank is doing so well, how do we become the bank too? I want a piece of this action, right? So I searched it up and just asking the right questions, I came across this book. Let me double check what the book name of the book is. It is Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash. So what he does is uses a uh, whole life insurance policy, and in it, if you read it, it talks about how if you put $1,000 into this bank, right, you can loan that bank that $1,000 back out because it's your money, but that $1,000 will still continue growing with interest as if it's still there, right? Just how the banks loan out money as if it was theirs, but they created, that $1 created $10 and they loaned that out as if it was theirs to earn interest on. The way this works is that it continues to earn interest because you're invested in that insurance company, so it pays you interest plus the dividends. So as they pay out what they need to pay out in terms of claims, what is left over becomes a dividend to you. So you average between 4 to 8%, and so this loan you can then create the terms of how you want to pay back and when you want to pay it back. But what you want to do is pay it back with interest that you create to yourself so that you can put more back into it as an expense. But since it's income to your bank, then it creates more money and then it opens up your credit line. So now your thousand becomes $1,200 or $1,500, however you set it up, so that next time you draw from that line again, now you have $1,500 to withdraw from. Now let's say you start to do this over and over for whatever purchase that you make, or you buy a car, you go to college degree or whatever it is. I don't recommend college, but if you do that, you can then loan from your own bank instead of, the government or other school loans, and instead of paying their bank, you're paying your own bank. Okay, so that way, as it grows more and more, and then you get a job or whatever, or even if you're working right now and you're trying to get out, you can then fund this bank in a sense, kind of like you're almost like your IRA also, or but what's cool about that is that it's liquid. You don't have to wait till you retire. You can withdraw it anytime you want when there's an opportunity to grow and invest that money. So once it grows to, let's say, 150, 150K, something reasonable is like, hey, I can use this money as a down payment, or I could pay cash for a real estate investment. You can draw it out, and then with that 150, whatever, you can buy real estate, rent it out, and that rent pays back your bank. Okay, and that thus grows your bank again more and more. So it's such an awesome leveraging tool, and a lot of the wealthy individuals use it. They don't really share this kind of information. Um, no one really told me about this stuff, and this is why I want to share it with you. If my kids are watching this and my grandkids are watching this, I'm kind of creating that as a legacy too, to share this with them so they can understand and start this early. Okay, now go ahead. I would recommend taking that book once you read it and understand the concept so that don't just take my word for it, understand what you're getting into. When you understand it and research it, I'm gonna probably give you sometime maybe a week to get this done. I don't know if hopefully you don't procrastinate, but probably will. Just remember this email, go back to it, and go back on it on your own pace. Okay, it'll all be there. Might be great to create a folder and just kind of stack it on there, and so that you can have a sequence of this and refer back to it. Okay, so then you want to go to Paradigm Life, and Paradigm Life is focused mainly on this banking concept, okay? And so other insurance companies like MetLife, I heard Prudential, they have somewhat of a whole life insurance policy, but it's totally different. It's based on maximizing your life insurance and death benefit output. But this is maximizing your cash value. So it's the opposite. So they set up so it's for investment purposes. Now with this, don't look at it as an insurance policy that you can bank on, because you still want to get the term life insurance, which is really cheap, 25 bucks a month, that will cover you for 500,000. You still want that, but you use this tool as your main way to build your bank and use it for investment purposes to build your own credit line. So then instead of borrowing from the bank because you've used that to, for your credit card purchases, and you use that for your when you buy a car or you go to school or you buy a house, and you're paying another bank, take that power back and build it up your own bank so that you could pay your own bank and be the bank. Okay, so that you can free yourself from this banking fiat system that inflates everything, and that way you can stay on top of the curve here. So um, use it, learn about it, and then contact Spencer Cooch. He was Couch, I believe, and he was my life insurance policy. Just let me know that he and Quag sent you, and he'll take good care of you. Okay, so go with that, and then on my next email, I'm going to show you how to use cryptocurrencies because that's more of a banking type system where you have a Visa debit card, you have cryptocurrency like Bitcoins, and how you can sell that immediately when you're at the store, and it'll transfer that into fiat dollars, and you can use that as a credit card or a prepaid debit card to pay for your groceries, pay for your gasoline, and it kind of implements like the Dave Ramsey wallet system. Um, how they use envelope systems to kind of sort out your expenses and how to budget properly, along with the T. Harv Eker's jar system, or it's kind of part of the Million Dollar Mind thing, where you set it as soon as you get paid at the end of the month, you just purchase bitcoins and or ether or whatever it is that you want to do, and you sort them out into these different buckets, and that's how I budget now. So you have one for education, and give, and long-term savings and spending. I'll share most of all that and how I do it in detail on my next email. Okay, so look forward to that. Check this out first, and I'll probably be back in about a week to share you the rest. Okay, all right, thanks.